Now we are going to see admin portal, right? So being an Power BI administrator, there are a lot of things which needs to be managed by a Power BI admin. Okay, so it depends on company to company. Like sometimes, like what happens, only the Office 365 admin or like IT team manage the Power BI administrations. Okay, but sometimes like there are some companies like manage. Some companies are having their dedicated Power BI admin who manage all the things related to the data gateways, scheduled refresh, migration, upgradation of Power BI desktop and data gateways, and controlling all the permissions, all the features inside the organizations. Okay, so let's say if you do not want to allow your users to export any data in Excel, right? Then you can restrict them. If you don't want to allow your users to create a workspace, then you can restrict them. Okay, because it should not be like everybody start creating their own workspaces and they are not following any policy, right? So within organizations, you have to like first set up some policies, like whether who will be responsible for creating the workspaces, who will be responsible, who will be who will be having the permissions to export data, to use different features and functionalities. If you allow all your users to freely access or freely create the things in Power BI service, then it would be a load on your Power BI service account, right? Because each workspace is having some set of some limited space, right? And also, for example, if in our organization, let's say 1,000 people are using the Power BI service, and everybody has started creating the new workspaces, so there will be a difficult thing for in terms of management or like maintenance of the workspaces. So it's better that within one team there should be only 1 or 2 person who will be creating the workspace, or like there should be any pre-approval or something like this. So there is like not any fixed rules from Microsoft. It depends on like company to company how they want to like manage or administer the Power BI service in their organization. So in order to manage all these services, all these functionalities, there is one tool, one interface, which is Power BI Service Admin Portal. Admin Portal will not be accessible to everybody. Admin Portal can be accessed by the global admin. So in Office 365, basically, there is two type of admins you can define. One is global admin, okay, and one is service-based admin. Service admins, okay. So global admin means this user can do everything, billing and all, users creation, groups, license assignment, everything. Next is service admin. For example, if anybody is using the SharePoint, right? So that person wants to manage the settings related to the SharePoint, then global admin can assign SharePoint service admin permission to that particular user. Okay. Or let's say if in your organization, if for example, if any person, let's say Sahil is, for example, would be responsible for managing all the Power BI service activities, right? Like settings related. Then there will be a Power BI service admin role. So Sahil must have the Power BI service admin role. Okay, then only he'll be able to see the admin portal under the Power BI service. Right now, all of you are not having the access. I think if you anyone of you try, then you won't see this Power BI service portal. So if you go here in settings and see admin portal, just click on that. Okay, and here you see a lot of features and settings are coming here. Okay, so these will come only if you have the Power BI service admin role or a global admin role. Otherwise, you won't be able to see. So as of now, I think all of you are having the user role. Okay, so that's why you won't be able to access the admin role functionality. This is the first thing. It means if admin portal you are not able to see, it means there is something like you need to have the service admin role or global admin. Global admin, which is like almost impossible to get the global admin access, but service based access you can get. You can request to your IT team or your Office 365, your infrastructure team. They can provide the service based access to you. Now from the from the admin portal, you can see a lot of information like how many users are there, how many reports are there, how many users, which dashboard is like most consumed dashboards. There are a lot of things you can see here. For example, if let's say if in our organization, right, there are like top users with most reports. So if I see like who created the most reports, so you see like BI admins, I have created till now 17 reports. Next is I can see here Ganeshwara created 7 reports, Mohammed created 7 reports, right? So in this way, you can, like, as an admin, you can see all this information here, right? Got it. So like here you can see like how you are using, how people are using the Power BI service in my organization. It means like there I see some of the users like who haven't created even a single report till now here, right? So it's like based on its company decision, okay? So how they want to leverage it. But here you can get all the informations, okay, about the users. But this information you cannot extract, you cannot make any change here. Only you can just view it or you can take the screenshots. That's it. All right, next part is if you want to manage your users or audit logs, then these two things will be managed from the Office 365 Admin Center, right? It means your IT team only can manage these things. Addition of any users, deletion, addition of creation of new groups, assignments, de-assignments of the license, that can be done from the Office 365 Admin portal only. Next is the tenant settings. So in your tenant, right, if you want to manage any setting, then here you have a lot of options, right? And all the settings are having only two things which you can do, like either you can enable that setting or you can disable that. That's it. Okay, so there's not much thing to do for from the Power BI admin standpoint, but like that's the reason actually, because many companies are not having a dedicated person for managing the Power BI server, because this is something like anybody can manage that. For example, if I don't want to allow the users to publish reports on the web, then you can disable it. Enable or disablement you can do on individual level or onto the entire organization. For example, if the entire organization you want to disable it, then you can choose this one. For example, if any specific team you want to allow or disallow, then you can choose the specified security groups. Okay, based on that, you can restrict the users to creating a new embed codes. You can restrict them. Okay, all right. So there are like a lot of settings based on your need, based on your requirement. This is the email subscription, right, which I explained you, like from any report you can get the email alerts in your inbox. If you want to disable this functionality, then you can just come here and disable it. Now users will not be able to use email subscriptions. Okay, so this is admin portal, and under the tenant settings you have a lot of settings which you can enable or disable based on your needs. Okay, all right. Apart from that, there is one more good thing, which is branding, right? So for example, if right now, if you see the color and the look and feel of the Power BI service is like fixed, right? Either you can use a black theme or a silver theme. But if you want, you can create your own custom brand, right? You can create your own theme. For example, you can upload a company logo, you can create company colors, right? Based on your company theme, you can apply here. So if you have any logo, then that logo you can upload here. So if I try to upload a logo here, so I upload this logo here. Then next I want to change the cover image, right? It means on top you see this black screen, right? If you want to change that, then you can upload any image here also, or if just only color you want to change, then you can just come here and you can change that. So for example, this color I want to make my color, right? And now you have a preview button. Just click on this preview and here you will see, you will have a look. So here you can see the Microsoft, the image has been applied here. Okay, on my like header of the page, and go back here, you just select any color, right? And now click on preview. Here you see the look and feel you can change based on your need. Okay, so if you want, you can do that. Okay, if you want to apply this, then click on publish. Otherwise you can skip that, just delete it. That's it. All right. If your company is using Power BI Premium, then related to Power BI Premium, there is a capacity settings tab here, right? And these would be like managed only if your company is having the Power BI Premium. So right now you see that in my organization, right, my license is not having any Power BI Premium capacity, Power BI licensing. So that's why it's like blank here. Otherwise, you will see there are a lot of options, a lot of buttons here, okay, in order to manage the Power BI service settings. All right, so next we are moving to the RLS, row level security. What is row level security feature basically? Let's say if you want to filter out the data based on your need, okay, based on the permissions, based on the rules, then you have to implement row level security in your reports. In order to apply the row level security, there are 3 steps which we need to follow. First is you need to create roles from Power BI desktop. Then next, you validate the roles. This one also you do from Power BI Desktop. And then the third step is assign users under the roles. And this you do from Power BI service. Okay. So there are three things which before implementing you need to do that. Okay. All right. So let's create a report. All right. So already we have some reports. So I'm going to open the existing report here. And in that existing report, we'll see it. Okay, so here I have this report. Let me just remove the unnecessary pages from here. Now here I have this report, and this report I'm going to save as this report. So here I have this report. In this report, basically I want to implement the row level security. Means based on the roles, I want to filter out the data. Based on roles means like if any specific user is having the access of is like allowed to see the data of any particular country or any particular like region, then based on such kind of columns you can create the roles here, right? So let's have a example here. For example, here as admin, as a report author, I want to see the data, okay, for all the countries. But like for example, if any user, let's say Sahil, wants to see the data of US, it's not based on country only, based on any column you can create these rules, right? And let's say any other person, for Ali, Muhammad Ali, let's say he wants to see the data of UK only, okay, and you can create any other also, right? Now let's say for Canada, okay. So like this, you can create the define your roles first. So our requirement is clear. Now we need to create the roles from Power BI Desktop. You go to modeling tab. Under the modeling tab, there is a manage roles. Click on this. Here you have to create the roles. Right now there is not any role. Click on create role. Here first role I'm going to create, for example, any name you can define here. This is your role name only. So let's say this is your USA role, and your data should be filtered based on the country, right? So here you see all your tables, okay? So which tables you have in your data model, all tables you see here. So the first thing is there should be the relationship in your tables, right? Then you want to filter the data based on the like customers country, okay? So I go to the customers. Here you click on these three dots. Here you see add filter. So you want to filter the data based on the customer countries. So you choose country here, and this DAX expression would be added here automatically. Here you just need to replace this value like where country is equal to USA. Just validate your expression. Then you can click on save. Okay, your one role has been created. In the same way, you have to create all roles. Again, go to manage roles, create your UK role. Go to customers. Here you can copy the role from any existing filter. From USA role, here just replace this. Create another role. Right now, click on save. So here what we did, we created the roles. Now I need to validate whether these roles are working or not. Okay, whether these roles are filtering the data in my report or not. So in the filter country, if you see right now, all the countries are appearing, right? It means on report, we are able to see the data of all the countries. Now let's go to view as, and here I want to check, I want to validate USA role. So select USA role and click on OK. So here you see your data has been filtered on your report, and if you want to cross check it, then just click on the country filter, and in country filter you see only the USA country. Inside USA you can see all the cities, okay, but you are not able to see the data of other countries now. It means your role is working here. In the same way, you can just, it's just for validation, it's not mandatory. Okay, for UK also data is filtering. Let's select for Canada, data is filtering here. All right, So now it means our roles are correct. Okay, it means the expressions we have provided, these are correct. These are filtering the data. Now it's time to publish the report on the Power BI service. Okay, because these two things we create in Power BI desktop, right? These two things we do in Power BI desktop. And the third thing is, like, now I have just created the roles only. Okay, I have to assign users under the roles. So this thing we do from the Power BI service. So we need to publish this report on Power BI service. Click on publish, save, and I'm going to publish it in this workspace. There's one report exists already. You can replace that. This now go to the Power BI service, and here go to the Mayank workspace here. I see RLS demo, right? Now, if I see here as a report author, report developer, I'll be always able to see the data of all the countries here. Okay, all admins, members, and contributors will see the data of all countries. Now, for example, if I share this workspace with these three users with whom I just created this role. So one is Sahil, sharing this report with Sahil, and I see two Ali here, so I'm sharing with both of one and Munag. So now I have shared this report, this workspace with all of you guys. Now, if you will go to your Power BI service and will log in into the Power BI service, and you will just go to the Mayank workspace here under the reports, you will see this RLS demo report. Once you click on this, you will see the data of all the countries. But now I want to filter the data. I want to allow you to see data based on your roles, based on your country or access or regions. So what I do, I go to the data set for this report. Here is the data set. Go to security. And here you see your roles are appearing, right? So these are the same roles which you created in Power BI Desktop. Now you need to add users in these roles. So Canada data, I want to display to which user? To Manag, right? Add user. Multiple users also you can add, or also group or list, distribution list also you can add. Save your role. UK data, I want to display to Ali. So I see two Ali here. So I'm sharing with both. Save it. And this data I want to share with. So now you just log in your Power BI service, okay, and you will be able to see the data only for the defined roles. Okay. So now all of you just quickly go to your Power BI service, log in and access this, go to this report, and here you just quickly see whether you are able to see the data of the particular country only. You should not be allowed to see the data of all the countries now. Can you check quickly and just let me know if you can see if it is working? Okay, Sahil said yes, only for USA. Okay. All right. So in this way, you can set this row level security. Means based on the users, you have to create the roles. Okay, and then you add users under those roles. That's it. And then based on that, you will be able to display the filtered data. So when you create roles, basically what happens, it filters the data on the data set level for each user. Okay, on data set level, it will filter out all those records, okay, for which user is not having the permission in the role. All right. So is it clear what is row level security, how you can do that? Okay, so I see one question here. To view this visual, contact the dataset owner to request access to the data behind it. This is an error. Yeah, because that I haven't provided the permission. Okay, now you should be able to see that. Next question I see, can we publish on SharePoint user roles? See, user roles you create in the Power BI's report. Now report is having the roles. If you publish, if you integrate your report with SharePoint, yes, then in SharePoint also these roles will be filtering the data. Means this row level security would be working in SharePoint also. But point is, users should have the pro license. Okay, users should have the pro license. Otherwise, they will not be able to access that. Next question I see, why did I get the error before you set the RLS? Because I haven't assigned any role. So now I have shared this report with 4 users, okay, but other users are not having the access. So what I need to do then, I need to create a other role, okay, because I have shared the access, I have provided the access you to see the data of US, UK and Canada. But what about other users? If other user who is not added, who is not assigned to any role, they will see the error. Okay, they won't be able to see the data here. So for them, what I need to do here, I need to, from Power BI desktop, I need to create a role. Okay, in that role, what I'll do, in that role, I'll just create a dummy role. Okay, create and all data, or you can say other. Now you don't need to set any filter or anything for that. Just save it. Now there is others roles have been created. It means now once you will republish report, you will see one more others role here. Now all your users should be assigned to that other users, to the other role. Okay, because if any role you created, then all users should have at least one role. So now if you want to allow, for example, if I want like Kumudini should be able to see the data of all countries, then here one role should be displayed other, and I have to add Kumudini under that others role. Until unless I don't add other roles, other users, then they will not be able to see. It means users, all users, if you have, if once you implemented the row level security in your report, then all users should have at least one role to see that. Okay, so that's all from my side. Thank you very much.